Today is my father's birthday. He's my hero. This is his portrait.
Maybe the one thing you could really use is some encouragement, some positivity, some hope. Well, we got that going on big time on Keep the Faith with Penny. Guests are coming in, more of your phone calls, more of the perfect music to go along with whatever it is you're going through. Be listening. Maybe the one thing you could really use is some encouragement, some positivity, some hope. Well, we got that going on big time on Keep the Faith with Penny. Guests are coming in, more of your phone calls, more of the perfect music to go along with whatever it is you're going through. Maybe the one thing you could really use is some encouragement, some positivity, some hope. Well, we got that going on big time on Keep the Faith with Penny. Guests are coming in, more of your phone calls, more of the perfect music to go along with whatever it is you're going through. Be listening. Maybe the one thing you could really use is some encouragement, some positivity, some hope. Well, we got that going on big time on Keep the Faith with Penny. Guests are coming in, more of your phone calls, more of the perfect music to go along with whatever it is you're going through. Be listening.
This is my father. This is my hero. Another Sunday ramble is here again, friends. Welcome. Today's video, you get to see this portrait behind me, created start to finish. It's a gift to my father, and it's also a portrait of my father, who is my #1 hero, my OG hero from day one. Anybody that's lucky enough to have their father be their hero can probably find something to relate to in this video. First off, just some of the basics about this piece. It's part of an ongoing series that I've been painting all the way back to, I think 2008 was the first one. And I slowly pick at these. They're people that are very important to me and influential throughout my life. I take their portrait, and in that portrait they're wearing my glasses. This series title is My Eyes, and honestly, I'll be painting the series the rest of my life. Just a little bit at a time when I can squeeze them in there. But this was a really fun and also cathartic piece to paint. As my dad's gotten older through the years, I know that, he won't be here forever, and this was a really emotional way to bond with him. Even though we don't live in the same state, we talk to each other, periodically, and love each other and all that good stuff. But it's just one of those things you recognize as you get older, that people move on, and you need to cherish it while it's here. Back to the topic of hero, which my father is my hero, without a doubt, and I'm honored to say that. And I love you, Dad. Also, if you ever watch this video. No joke, for sure, epic level hero. We don't have a video long enough for me to tell you all of it. I can give you a little bit of it. So, you can probably see it in his eyes, that he's seen things. He's seen things. And yes, he has. I can't even begin to imagine There was a time when I didn't fully recognize what he's done. And first of all, thank you. And thank you to anyone who's a first responder. My father was in the Seattle Fire Department for 30 plus years. He worked at the 2 busiest stations in the city. An example of that is one of the stations went on, I believe, 5,000 calls a year. That's a lot. That's anything from a little fender bender to a floater, as they call it in the business, and that's somebody that's not alive, floating in the water. And so much more. He did it without complaint and without anything. He just kept it all inside. He never brought his work home with him. But every day he was that guy that saved how many people's lives? How many? I can't even begin to imagine. And never asked for nothing in return. He just put his life in the way and knew that his next shift might be his last shift and he might not come home to see his family. I was too young to even grasp any of this stuff, but you know, over time you figure out, wow, my dad was essentially in the army or at war for 3 decades. That's crazy. That the stuff he's seen, like, not many of us would want to see. But he's always just had that quiet calmness to him, that peacefulness that's just transferred through and washed down on me, and he taught me so much, and I'm just grateful for everything. You know, I am patient because of my father. His patience is vast and eternal, and I could just keep on saying the word thank you 100 times in this video, and it would even scratch the surface of how in debt I am to him. But I did want to capture some of his presence in this piece. It really shines through in the eyes. And also, he knows I've painted it. He's seen it. They know they're getting it. And in truth, I just haven't been able to let go of it just yet. It's nice having him here in the studio with me. It's just reassuring. And to anybody else out there who's in that category that I'm in, that has a dad that's a hero, and just remember to tell your dad you love him as much as you can. And Dad, I'll sign off with I love you. I love you guys too. You may be wondering, or not, what's going on here, process-wise. I mean, we know it's a painting, we've seen where it ends up, but why, who, what, where? I've done just about 1.5 million painting techniques, and some artists stick to one thing and devote their entire life to one thing, and that's not me. I'm a trier, a doer and a trier, I suppose. Latest technique I'm into is it's oil, and first of all you slap some medium down. There's a bunch of different types you can use. I put down a walnut oil first over the blank canvas, cover the whole thing with a good sheen. It's kind of like a little slick to it, and then I do that big old color slap move that you saw earlier. And then from there, we start to carve into it. It, to me, feels like clay. Have you ever worked with clay? It's similar. It's a raw block of material that you shape and manipulate and interact with, and oil paints are very much that. If you've never dabbled with oils, do, because there's a reason they're different. Well, that was quite the jump, wasn't it? That painting looks far more refined. I'm gonna pause that. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I just yes, as I said, I'm back. I just checked the tape and yep, there was no other video. Must have missed some steps, but here we are. It's a lot more developed. And as I was saying earlier, with oils, it's kind of like working with a ball of clay that you can sculpt, that just, it waits for you to be lived in. As opposed to getting into the acrylics, and I like them. They're different. They're more plastic. They're more immediate. You can't work the same way. So, try oils. There's just something different about them that I encourage you to do. Now, I'd like to shift topics into the man we are painting, Mr. Gregory Paul Elder, born in 1950. Yeah, this dude is getting up there. Listen to that whistler. Yeah, again, my hero. So many stories I could say, but let's just dive into a fun one. A fun one from the 80s, and I'm a wee lad, and I get to, yeah, ooh, gosh, I think he's listening to Journey right there. Hard not to whistle that song. Yeah, I get it, buddy. Okay. Focus, people, focus. We're talking about Padre Elder here. And in the 80s, this dude was next level. Okay, so you can maybe tell by my father's portrait that we have some mixed descent, which is a whole other huge topic. But yes, we do. He's half Filipino, I'm quarter Filipino, and that's a pretty rad saga. But in the 80s, my dad was so much. Oh, he was first degree or second degree. He was black belt in karate and a bodybuilder. And he watched a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Had a flat top and wore gargoyles. If you don't know what gargoyle sunglasses are, look them up. Oh, they're the Terminator glasses, essentially. He wore all those. He's ripped in the 80s. He was essentially the Filipino Arnold Schwarzenegger in a way. So here we are, 80s. We went river rafting one weekend, and river rafting on inner tubes is a fun experience, family-oriented, good times. It basically works. You park a vehicle, unload everything at the finish point, and then drive up to where you're starting, hop in the inner tubes, float the river, finish, drive the vehicle back, all that stuff, so you can connect up. Anyways, we finished. Dad and I hop in the rig to go back and get the other rig. This guy. I am trying to talk while you're whistling. You done? We're telling a story. Okay. Beautiful summer day. We floated the river. We're cloud 5, cloud 9, topping it out. So is this guy painting. He's having a good time. Windows are open. This is mid-80s. We're peaking, loving it. All of a sudden, what the hell is happening here? No joke. We're driving along on a rural country road, doing 55, and a pheasant. Oh my God. This. Are you done? He's listening to Michael Jackson's "Rock with You." Yeah. Dude, I'm trying to tell a story, and if you could sing, I would hold a candle to your face. Anyways, and no joke, all those sound effects, a pheasant flies through the window. We're, again, on the highway. Ignore him. Pheasant lands in the cab with us. Just direct land behind my dad's back. And this thing is freaking out. There's other cars coming at us. My dad is cool. No joke. Period. End of sentence. Cool. This dude doesn't freak out. He doesn't swerve. You just had a wild bird fly in the cab of a car you're driving with your child, and you got to keep it on the road. He doesn't skip a beat. Oh yeah, look at those eyes. Remember? He's seen things, and he's done things. Yes. This bird lands in the car with you, and it's clawing at your back. What do? Well, this guy reaches, cool as a Hindu, calm as a Hindu cow, reaches behind his back, grabs said bird by the neck, and snaps its neck. Yes, snaps his neck, turns, looks at me, holds it up in front of me, says, "Looks like we got dinner tonight." Period. End of sentence. You can think I'm making this up, but I'm not. Oof. Yeah. Are you getting some of the picture of why this guy is my hero? I only wish I could be as cool as this dude. The folks that come from my line with the last name Elder, they be cool, man. They be so cool. I'm just trying to fill shoes that are bigger than all I ever get. I guess I'm just the narrator here on the video, telling you a little story. And that's truth be told. And there's so many more to this guy. You know, because I'm going to be, again, truthful with you, as that's the point. I'm not trying to glam anything up here. I'm just truth be tolding you as I add the narration to these videos and rewatch them. Basically, for the first time, there's no second take. I just do this in one take. Just sit down. We're just being honest with each other. There's no reason to make shit up. This is 2021, and this, secrets have been revealed. So here we are, watching myself, watching the past unfold. And again, sorry, I almost cut out a bit of the video there because I was like, why was there dead space? But we'll just go with it. We'll just run with it. Dead space. Just long video. You put this in the background and just have my voice be a bit of that smooth jazz to your day. Why not? Yeah. Put this video on and do the dishes. It's more just an authentic. I know I said that word once already, but it is. It's that real bridge from human to human. There's a lot of us out here. It's nice to know there's real ones and fake ones, obviously, because we've seen the way that snazzy technology's doing all kinds of ready-made videos of so-and-so's doing whatever, Stephen Hawking doing a backflip on an X Games half-pipe. That happens in the CG world. I wonder how long they've been doing that. The rumor mills say anything, us, GP, and when I say GP, I mean general public, get to see is 20 years in the past, 30 years, pick a number. It's in the past, we're last to know. But we're also first to win. What do I mean by that? It's a good question. I mean, without going into any crazy rabbit holes, the folks that are just out there being a part of a thing called living, and they're being themselves, and they learn lessons, and they react, and they change, and they grow. Those are the people that make the world better. I'm talking the plumber that changes your toilet. Yeah. The baker that bakes your bread. Yes. Heroes. That's a concept to chew in. So please just take that nugget. Take that nugget from this video. Hero. What does that mean? Or hero. Either way. Not a sexist in any form. Hero is what I know because I'm a son of a father with these eyes. Here I am. God, I almost went into the editing and deleted a bit there because I'm like, dude, you're giving me dead space. I need to pre-edit this before I jump into narration. Lessons learned. These videos will adapt and evolve. That's for sure. And again, thank you. Now let's do one more little Padre story here before the signing off happens. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this chap, those eyes, he's a Seattle firefighter. Busiest station in the city, all that. I'm talking Station 5s. Look it up. Station 5, Seattle. It's right where the ferry is. It's right downtown on the water. It's in the heat. People be there. Oh yeah, people be there. Let's rewind to the beginning of his career. My father is, I think at the time he was 35. Well, so the asterisk-ish on there, 35-ish. And he's deciding to shift careers and become a firefighter, and he trains his ass off. I'm not joking. We lived in the country. I'm talking, again, this is a country boy talking to you. Way out in the sticks in Grandview, Washington, I should say. And we had a long gravel driveway. It seemed even longer to my young self, but part of my dad's training is he had a log, probably an 8-foot section. Let's call it a 10-foot section, or because that sounds better. And he had lashed ropes around it and hooked a yoke up to it. And my dad would drag that log up and down this long gravel driveway. Let's even say the gravel driveway was a quarter-mile long. Yes. And he didn't just drag it slowly, he jogged. It was a log jog. Yeah, he jogged with that log down that driveway, part of his training. And there was way much more to it. This guy's an animal. Look at that eye. Look at that eye. Seen things. Yes, he has. So here he is. You know, at 35, you're going into try and become a Seattle firefighter. And this is 80s again. I need you to understand what that even means. Here we are, another dead space. I should edit this, but I think, oh, there's the brush. 80s. Here he is, applying at 35. You're past your prime. It's kind of like military, right? Like I said earlier, it's military. 35, you want to join? No way, dude. Move on. And unlike the military, you have competition. Big time. Here's just an average metric. It changes year to year. It's never much bigger or greater. Seattle Fire Department's super competitive. Every year, you can take the test, as they say, to try and become a Seattle Fire Department. The year my dad did it, I think, let's just say there was 10 positions, maybe it was 16 positions available in all of the city available. How many applicants? Thousands. I think the year my dad did it, there might have been 3,000 applicants, all vying for those 16 spots. And you're 35, past your prime. You fucking good luck. Pardon my French there, but good luck. Yeah. Move on. It ain't gonna happen. Nope. Remember, look into that eye. Look. That eye. Do you think he became a fire department? Yes. How do you think he fared in that test? My dad worked his ass off again. Hero. Yes. Out of all those thousands of applicants, want to take a guess what number my dad came in? If you guessed number 1, you're right. Yeah. He was the top applicant. Supposedly, quote unquote, past his prime. And from there, he started a career where, if by some miracle of chance you're watching this video and you recognize those eyes as, wow, that's the guy that saved my life or saved my child's life. It is possible. If you take a little bit of math into consideration, and he went on thousands of calls a year for 30 years, that's a lot of lives. That's one of the most highly decorated Army medics you could imagine. Except the Army he was a part of was the Seattle Fire Department. And like all other fire departments that are out there, there are people wonderful people that are here to be of service. And what better way to make the world better? Oh, there's our cue, friends. Gosh, thank you for making it this far. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. And until next time, I love you guys.